Hi, guys. We'll wait a few minutes until some people come on.
Will show up.
Yeah. That way they don't just come in the middle of us discussing the book. What are your plans for New Year's? Do you have any plans yet for New Year's?
No, I don't usually do anything for New Year's. Do you?
No, but since my in-laws are in town, they got some champagne. They brought it from Oregon, from like I think they got a couple different wineries, like of champagne. And so we'll have some of that, but usually we don't do very much at all. I can't even stay up till midnight.
Oh, I probably won't either.
Yeah. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Yeah, I don't think even this year, even with having people here, I don't think we'll stay up till midnight just because like Avery goes down at 9
Yeah.
and then like we have to be quiet. So it's not that exciting. Nicole,
Yeah.
what are you doing for New Year's? I know it has a little bit of a lag.
Yeah.
Do you watch
Huh?
the ball drop?
I was gonna say I was gonna try and watch the ball drop, but honestly, I don't know. As you know, the more I get older, I just don't care about staying up till midnight. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care
I'm
either.
old, I guess.
I don't know. It's not like that exciting because I feel like it's full of commercial and it's full of them just like standing out. The past couple of years has been raining. So it's just
Uh,
them standing out in the rain, like getting blasted just to like wait for the ball to drop. Yeah, no thanks. I'm glad I'm
yeah.
here in California, except it is raining today. It was super
Oh,
sunny yesterday,
it's
and then it's
raining
raining
here too.
today.
Yeah, it's raining here too.
Yeah, was it nice yesterday?
Um,
Because it was beautiful here yesterday, and
Or it was either yesterday or the day before, it was really nice, and it's been, like, 60 degrees here, which is unheard of.
well, yeah, because it snows there.
Not as much.
Not as much.
We don't get that much snow, we really don't.
That's nice. Yeah, I don't like snow, so
Like, Northern Ohio gets more snow than
more closer, yeah, north or more
yeah,
north.
'cause
Uh,
we're, like, south.
and then Nicole said she's keeping it low key. And then, yeah, Sydney's going to be going to bed. So lots of appetizers and chilling out. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Come make me some appetizers. I want appetizers. Chloe, hi. Hi, Chloe. It's raining where Nicole is too.
It must be raining everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. It's snowing where Chloe is. She's in Kansas. Sorry,
Oh,
I don't know if you wanted me to say that, Chloe. She's in Kansas. And it's snowing where she is.
ugh, snow.
I feel like she's doing New Year's Eve. So
What?
celebrating at noon instead of
Oh,
midnight.
that's good. I should do that instead.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really cute. I never even heard of that.
Me neither.
That sounds fun though. On Christmas Eve, my parents like brought, because I don't really drink too much. They brought apple cider, like a
Yeah,
sparkling cider. I drink like
uh-huh.
almost a whole bottle of sparkling cider to myself. That stuff is delicious. I could be fine with like skipping the champagne for New Year's Eve and just having sparkling cider.
That would be good, yeah. I'm not big on champagne.
Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I was saying the other day, I don't really drink much lately, now with the baby, and like
Yeah.
it just goes to my head.
Yeah, me and, Ben's mom, my, mother-in-law, we ended up having a whole bottle on Christmas Day.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Just
was
to
good.
share or each?
No. Eat or
That's not bad to share. Like, I feel like all the
No.
time, like couples, for instance, they'll share like one bottle of wine because it isn't quite as good when you seal it up and save it for the next
No.
day. So, like, if it's a couple drinking a bottle of wine, like it's only like two and a half glasses each.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Everyone else is saying the same thing about champagne because they get a headache. Yeah,
Yeah,
it gives me a headache too. I
yeah.
can't even do red wine because red wine, I don't know, whatever's in red wine messes with my stomach and like my head. If I
Really?
have wine, I have to have white wine.
I love white wine. That's my
I
favorite.
love white wine.
What
Tonight
kind
we
is
had
favorite?
we had this blend of white wine tonight, which I never have a blend of white wine, and it was delicious. It had almost like citrusy, like fruity, almost like appley undertones to it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like super refreshing. It was very, very good. It was very light in color. Like it wasn't like as dark as a Chardonnay. The color was more like a Pinot Grigio,
Mm-hmm.
like light in color. And it was really good because red wine, they were all drinking red wine and I can't do it. It
I
makes
don't
me
like
feel
dry.
really sick. No, this one wasn't very dry.
No.
It was just refreshing. It was refreshing.
Yeah.
Nicole, just like Patrick, Jordan also prefers red over white. Maybe it's a dude thing. I don't know any guy that prefers white over red.
Then.
Ben?
Yeah.
Well, just kidding. I was like, I feel like white wine is so girly.
But it's so much better.
You're like, oh, no, my husband loves the white. Okay, should we? I think most of the people are here who are probably here. So,
Yeah.
you want to talk about the book? You're discussing
Let's do it.
her pretty face. You have your copy, or did you bring it back to the library?
Nope, I still got it.
You have a different cover. This was the newer cover, but obviously mine's pretty beat up.
Well, I
But
think yours is paperback. This is hardback.
they have, I think, paperback of that one too, don't they? Or is
Oh.
just this? Okay,
I don't know.
I like your cover better.
Yeah, just wish the inside was better.
Yeah. Let's start out with what we rated it. I'd like to hear what everyone else rated it. I
Okay.
rated it 3.5 stars.
And I rated it a 3.
And we'll wait a minute because it'll take a minute for their like comments to show up. But if the ending was better, and if the ending was better, I think I would have rated it 4 stars because I liked the bulk of the book, but I didn't like the ending, and that like makes or break a book.
Yeah.
It looks like Colette gave it 4 stars. She
4
loved
stars?
it. I like hearing like everyone's opinion, like if you loved it or not, because I'd love to hear if you did love it or didn't, like what about it, like maybe we missed something in there
Yeah.
that
I think I just wanted more of a shocking ending.
yeah, I did too.
Like, I mean, it was like super easy to read. I wasn't bored by
I
no means.
wasn't bored either. Chloe said her and her sister both gave it 4 stars, and Nicole gave it 3 stars. So I feel like we're all between 3 and 4 stars. No one thought it was like a 5-star read, like the best book they've ever read, but it feels like no one thought it was also like god awful. Yeah. Like it was kind of somewhere in the middle, like between 3 and 4. I was looking in the book, and there are some like discussion questions. I don't think we need to like go in depth in them because each question has like 5 questions. I don't understand that. But our 2 main characters, Frances and Kate, one of the questions that kind of intrigued me was what is it about Frances that drew Kate to her? Because clearly Frances was on the outs. Everyone was treating her very poorly because of her son's like wrongdoing. But like again, he's just a child, and I feel like they villainized her so fast. And then like Kate kind of swooped in and was like the knight in shining armor and kind of saved her from the mean moms.
I feel like that was her ploy, though, like to be manipulative, to
Right.
make people like her.
Right. Yeah, and she was very biatchy, like definitely came at people harsh. Kate did, and she probably wanted Frances because she was so weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Nicole said, that Kate likes weak people, and I think that's exactly it, is that Frances was clearly weak because no one wanted to be her friend. Everyone was villainizing her son, which I kind of felt bad for her that everyone was being so mean to her, like for her son, like doing something, like he's clearly like acting out, but like, I don't know. I feel like people are being so mean about it.
I feel like she babied her son though too much.
She did a lot, but then the husband, I think, was on the total opposite end of the spectrum and didn't quite be as sensitive as he should have been.
Yeah.
With the son.
Yeah.
Let me see what other people said. So Nicole said that she was expecting some big culminating event, and when that didn't happen, she was disappointed. And I think that's exactly how we felt too. I was hoping that because we discover who the sociopath is, like that something sociopathic would happen, like someone would do something crazy. Like if someone's capable of this terrible thing, I thought that something terrible would happen.
Yeah, I agree. I was hoping something crazy would happen in the end.
How did you feel about the two different timelines? There was the past chapters with DJ and the current chapters with both Daisy and Francis.
Yeah, I actually really liked the past chapters with DJ. I thought that was very fascinating, like the whole court case and all of that. And then I also liked Daisy's character because I honestly felt bad for her because her mom was, I mean, obviously, everyone's read the book, right?
Yes, her mom was a sociopath.
Yeah.
And so they're not able to have empathy. And
Yeah.
one of the discussion questions in here said, like, who did the daughter remind her of? And like, why did she ignore her so much? And it was because she's not capable of empathy. And the daughter reminded her of herself. And maybe she didn't want to look her past in the face. And that literally to her is like a younger version of herself and kind of like looking at, you know, the past. How long did it take you guys to realize who, for Amber, I think is her original name, who Amber was? Did like you guys know right away, or?
I know pretty soon, way before they revealed it.
Yeah, I knew before they revealed it too.
Yeah. But do you really think Amber actually is the one that murdered the girl? Yeah, me too.
Yes, I think she got off on it, and it was probably mostly her idea. And like we were saying earlier, I still can't believe she ended up marrying her lawyer. Like, what guy would want to marry a woman who's tricked a courtroom? Either A, he believed her, or B, he knows she's a sociopath, or she knows he's attracted to her. Yeah, there's a video showing what she did to that girl, Courtney.
I don't know.
Nicole said she went back and forth, which I kind of did too, because Francis was saying, oh, I did something bad. And then Colette said she didn't know until the reveal. Yeah, I could see like.
I think if I didn't know and until the reveal, I feel like I probably would have given it a higher star.
Yeah, not guessing.
I would have been shocked.
Right. And Nicole said she thought David was DJ, and that's what we were saying too. I think obviously the author did that on purpose because David starts with a D and DJ, you know, so like it would be like the most obvious choice to think that David and DJ were the same person, but I was not expecting David to be the son of the man who went to prison at all. Like I wouldn't expect that. But I guess it like kind of makes sense. I wasn't expecting at all DJ to be this like good person. Like, you know, he's married now to his spouse and now he's a support system for Daisy at the end.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I figured because of what he was like, how he was acting in the past chapters, I thought he was going to be really messed up.
Yeah.
I thought he would be way more messed up, but I guess not.
No,
he turned out to be like, that surprised me. He turned out to be normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colette also said she threw her with David, and Alana said she gave it 4 stars and she thought it was super entertaining. I agree. I thought it was really entertaining.
Yeah. And you know what? I would say that that'd be the same as the arrangement. I was entertained.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
I didn't like it.
But it was so quick to read.
Yes. Well, like it was like double spaced.
Yeah, I sat down to read it. It took me a couple hours and I was like done. I actually stayed up past my bedtime to read it, which I usually don't do, especially if I'm on my Kindle, I'll just close it. But I wanted to finish it, and that doesn't happen like too often.
Yeah.
But I still didn't give it a higher rating. Like it was very entertaining. It was very fast paced. But Chloe says that the one criticism she has is it isn't very memorable, and she thinks that's, you know, she said 2 weeks later she's having a hard time remembering a lot of the details.
That very well could be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had to remind myself of the characters' names. I couldn't really remember. But me personally, whenever I read a book, I can never remember the characters' names. That's what I rely on my reviews for, so I can check the character names. But yeah, it was. I think it was better than The Arrangement. I don't know how many of you guys
Yes,
read The Arrangement,
I agree. It was better than the arrangement.
which I thought The Arrangement actually had a more intriguing premise than this,
Yes, I agree.
but the execution of this one was better, I think.
Although I just wish something or would happen at the end. Like I wish what was her name? Amber, Kate, whatever, would have killed someone or
Right, hurt Francis.
something.
I don't know. Like I thought that it
Something.
would come to a head, or Francis hurt Kate, or Daisy hurt her mom. I don't know. Wouldn't it have been an interesting turn of events if Daisy kind of had the same tendencies as her mom and then she killed
Oh
her
yeah.
mom? That would have been crazy.
Oh yeah. We should
But
just write our own books.
yeah, I sounds like a little bit of work. Jordan, my husband, he has talked about wanting to write, like, he keeps thinking of romance ideas for me because he knows I read so many romance books. And he's like, I have these ideas for romance books and you need to write them. I was like, no, thanks. And he's like, okay, I'll just write them myself. It was pretty funny. He doesn't read romance, so he doesn't really know what makes a good romance.
I'd be very interested in knowing what he thinks is a good romance novel.
Well, he talks about like the tropes that I like, and he always like has commentary about like the romances. I think his biggest thing is the covers. He always harps on the covers. Like there's this one book I like where it's a shirtless man and he wears football pads, but he's not wearing a football uniform. He's literally just wearing the pads.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just wearing the pads. He's like, that's not how they dress. They don't look like that. That's not real. And like, why he needs to pull his pants up
I know they always have their like almost all the way down.
all the way down. Yeah, serious manscaping. And he was like, yeah, the dude needs to pull his pants up and put a shirt on. And like, literally, it's just this one cover in particular that he always like makes a comment on. A lot of people have not read The Arrangement yet. I'm looking at the comments over here, and a lot of people haven't. So if you guys read it, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts because I didn't love it. I like this one more, which I know that Nicole liked The Arrangement more than this one.
Yeah.
And she said she also has The Party, which is listed on here, The Party,
That's
but I have no idea what The Party is about. I'm guessing a dinner party. That's what I'm guessing it's about. And then she has that new one we were just talking about swingers.
Yeah, which the premise sounds super interesting.
Just like The Arrangement, the premise was super intriguing.
Yeah. And I even said after I read this book, I was like, I'm not reading anything else by this author because I'm just not thrilled.
But then we're like, oh, I think we'll read the next one.
I mean, they're so quick to read.
Yeah. They are really quick. I like that about them. And I remember The Arrangement also being a very quick read. Yeah. Oh, I guess The Party is about a Sweet 16 sleepover that goes wrong. That sounds interesting. I might read that. I don't know. I have a lot of thrillers that I need to read.
I feel like I saw that in Nicole's book haul today. Is that correct?
She might have gotten it. I haven't watched that one yet. I have not caught up on my booktube videos today because of my in-laws being in town. Today we went out to lunch and it was raining, so we didn't get to go to the park or anything, but I ended up spending all this time making mashed potatoes and ribs, so did not have as much time to catch up on booktube today. Colette said she's just getting back into reading. I feel like this is a good like suspense book for people who don't normally read thrillers too often. Because then you won't guess it. And I sometimes wish I haven't read so many thrillers because back when I was newer to reading thrillers, I enjoyed them more.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't know the twist. And now I'm like, oh, they're the murderer. Oh, he's cheating on his wife. Oh, like, like you guess it because you see the twists again and again. But if you're newer to the genre or newer to reading again, like it is such a great experience because everything seems like new again. And I really like that. And I wish I could, can I just like take that back?
Yeah, I agree. I think it is a good beginner thriller.
Yeah. What was your first like thriller that you ever read? I want to hear all you guys too. What's your first one, Kendra, that you like? Your first like thriller?
Gone Girl.
Yeah, me too. Gone Girl was my first thriller.
And then after that, I was like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was my first one as well, and I loved it so
I
much.
did
I
too.
still love it, and I eventually want to reread it, but I just know that I'm not going to love it as much because I know the twist is there, and that's why I never reread thrillers. Did you ever watch the movie?
Yeah,
Did you like the movie?
yeah, it was good.
I liked the movie. I thought,
Mhm.
but I do feel like they took a dark comedy twist to it toward the end. It almost seems so ridiculous that, like, especially when you were doing, Neil Patrick Harris was like cutting like with the blood. Like it
Uh,
almost seemed like Scream, like so ridiculous, like that you're like laughing.
yeah, it's been a long time since I watched that.
Yeah, I watched it in the theater when it first came out, and that's it. Gone Girl was Nicole's first. Gone Girl was Chloe's. And Nicole loves the movie. And a few people are talking about um, Silent Patient. I loved that book. It was one of my favorites of the year, but I can see like why people didn't like it. And I know you didn't finish it.
I DNF'd it.
Yeah, you thought it was slower. I really liked it, but I know thrillers, I feel like, are so hit or miss with people. Like what one person loves about it, someone else won't love about it. It's not as like
Yeah,
universal as like for like a romance or something. Every like if you love a trope of a romance, all of you must probably like it,
yeah.
Or if you
Like I
think
think I want to go back and or like at least finish The Silent Patient because so many people love it, and they say the ending is super shocking. So I don't know.
it's
Maybe I
really
just wasn't in the mood to read it at the time.
maybe. I really like it. He has a new book coming out next year, but there's no like title or anything yet. So
No,
I'm definitely going to read it. Gayleen, I hope I said that right. She said that her first was Behind Her Eyes by, I think Sarah Pinborough was that.
I haven't read
Followed
that.
by Gone Girl. I really liked that book. But again, that's a very polarizing book because it has a weird, like, magical, not magical, but just like element to it that isn't real. Like,
Like
it's
paranormal?
kind of, kind of.
I'm interested.
Yeah, it's very good. But I haven't read the next book by them called Cross Her Heart or whatever, the one with the red cover. I didn't
I
read
think
that one.
the red cover is an anonymous girl, right?
No. That's by Sarah Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen.
Oh,
Cross Her Heart is by Sarah Pinborough, and then she has the new one coming, Dead to
dead,
Her,
dead to
which I
her.
have the arc of, but I haven't read Cross Her Heart.
I haven't either.
Nicole said she liked The Silent Patient, but it wasn't her favorite, and she did not like the ending of Behind Her Eyes. And Alana didn't like Behind Her Eyes because of the ending. Well, I guess I'm the only one. I really like that one. And then Faith says she really likes The Girl on the Train. I didn't watch the movie of The Girl on the Train, but I really liked the book.
I read her second book.
Into the Water, that one sucked.
I hated that book. So
Sucked.
now I'm like, I don't know if I want to read The Girl on the
Girl
Train.
on the Train is way better.
But yeah, that book was awful.
And Faith says she didn't like The Silent Patient kind of just because of personal reasons. So who knows if you maybe would have liked it otherwise. And then Nicole said Cross Her Heart was not good. Maybe I'll skip that one. Since I have the arc of the other one, I don't know. I don't think I need to read all of her books.
Yeah.
Do you have any like thrillers of next year that you're excited for?
Probably He Started It by Samantha
Downing?
Yes, yes. That one and what else?
Are you excited for the Gur Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen one? The You Are Not Alone?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I'm also really excited. I got a copy of Jennifer Hillier's new book from the publisher, a physical arc, which I like never get physical arcs. I always get like e-arcs, but got a physical one of, I think it's Little Secrets or something like that. And I really liked Jar of Hearts. So I'm like super excited for that one.
I placed a book outlet order.
Did you get Jar of Hearts in that one? Yeah, they have it on there. I know Nicole got that one.
I'm ashamed that I got a
book outlet order. You have a lot of books, girl.
Yep.
I did not participate in the book outlet order because sale because I always just get books because they're cheap. and not because I genuinely need them.
Yeah.
So I just don't even try.
Yeah. I have
Oh,
a problem.
Nicole said she started You Are Not Alone. Oh, she has. Oh, sorry, she has it, and she has started it, and she can't wait to read them. And Gayleen is excited about the Sundown Motel, which I read during sometime in October. I think maybe during Night Marathon or something. And I really liked it. It was one of my favorites of the year.
I am excited for that one as well. And it's going to be a book of the month pick, and I'm picking that.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the spoilers.
Wait, you already know all the spoilers? How?
Because I'm in the spoiler group on Facebook. There's like a way,
Oh, okay.
but there's like riddles that you can like figure out or whatever, and they figure them all out before, you know.
Beforehand, people are just good at them.
And let me tell you, that's the only book that's interesting for January. The rest of them don't sound good at all.
And Nicole said she's excited for Riley Sager's new book.
Oh yeah, of course. I love Riley Sager.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
a lot.
too. Yeah, I'm excited for that one a lot. I read all of his books this year.
I've read all of his books. Did I read them all this year? You know what? I think I read them all this year too.
Yeah, I read him like the first half of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I read Lock Every Door right when it came out. And so I'm like really excited for his next book because I've enjoyed all of his books. I thought they were all really good. I know we're not really talking about this anymore. I don't know if you guys have any more comments about this, but if you do, let us know. We're just talking about whatever.
Talk about it.
Let's see. Faith really liked Behind Closed Doors, and she likes I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. I've read both of those. And Nicole wants to join the group because she wants to know.
I can probably invite you, Nicole. I think you can do that for Facebook.
You can for Facebook groups as long as they're your friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then Gayleen says BA Paris has a new one coming out, which we were actually just talking about because it is for download. It's for download on Edelweiss. So, Gayleen, if you have an Edelweiss account, you can download the new BA Paris one called The Dilemma.
You might need that special.
So I have to go to the, I think it's like the community tab and add yourself to one of the communities.
And then you get access to all these books.
I think it's Edelweiss Plus. Edelweiss Plus. You just join the
Mm-hmm.
community and then you have access to a ton of like downloading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have purchased that book myself, but getting it for free to like download and review that way, I would be happy to review it that way just because I haven't loved B.A. Paris's books. I've read all three of them. So
I've read all her books too.
It's so interesting because a lot of people love her books and then there's some people who don't at all.
I loved the first one, Behind Closed Doors. But that's also when I was getting back into reading and was, still into newer into thrillers. And I didn't know all the tropes and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I would see the twist now if I read it. But at the time, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I didn't love it. There was like a couple little twists at the end that I enjoyed. But overall, I just was like, it's kind of lackluster for me. I think it was better than her latest one, which was the Bring Me Back, Bring Her Back, Bring Me Back. The one that was yellow. It was yellow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because there was one it was like I feel like on a road and something happened by her house or something.
That was the breakdown. That was her middle book.
Yes,
that one was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I can't remember her last book. Then I don't remember anything about it.
I think the newest one, Bring Me Back, Bring Her Back. I forgot the title, but that one is about a guy whose girlfriend goes missing, and now he's engaged to the girl's sister, and they start receiving these Russian dolls that lead them to believe that maybe the sister didn't die.
Yeah, I didn't like that book.
I didn't like that one. My buddy read that one with Beth, and we both didn't like it. Yeah, it was not my favorite.
I didn't like that one.
Chloe said it made her really stressed out. And it made her very thankful for her marriage. I think most thrillers, especially domestic ones, make me very thankful for my marriage.
All they do is cheat.
Yeah, all they do is cheat and abuse you and kill people. And then Faith said that Claire McIntosh is more of an emotional thriller author.
I would say I've never read any of her actual thrillers.
Faith, I would recommend if you like emotional and you like Claire McIntosh, you should read After the End. That is her more emotional contemporary. Kendra didn't love it. I loved it. It's so good. Give it a try.
I don't
Before
know.
you write it off.
I think I was expecting something completely different than what
When
I
it's like a
actually
happy
read.
book, it's really sad.
It's
Oh,
sad.
Edelweiss
I
is
didn't
spelled.
cry.
Let me see if I can reply to. I don't think I can reply to the person who asked how to spell Edelweiss. Can you type in there or no?
I think you can type in there.
Oh, won't let me. Probably because it's not mine.
Oh God, let me Google
It's
it.
Edel
E-E-L.
Weiss. It's actually I know that word from The Sound of Music. It is Austrian's country flower, Edelweiss.
Oh, and then make sure that you go to, because when you Google it, something else comes up. It's not the actual book one. So if you like Google that word and books, it'll come up with the right
Website.
address. Yeah. Because it's like something where it's like something on a tree. What the heck is it called?
Edelweiss plus something. Nicole asks if thrillers ever make us unnecessarily paranoid in our real life, like temporarily. No, not really. The only ones that scare me are more like horror type of books that are like meant to have the scare factor. I think those ones like make me feel a little more scared. Like we read The Return, which was I didn't like that book very much, but it was so creepy. Like
it was
it was
creepy.
so creepy. Like it was just all that the whole book was being creepy. And
Yeah.
so that kind of freaked me out a little bit because I think it's straight up horror. And I think that's horror that scares me more than like a thriller.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really get scared in books. I wish I did. In movies, I get scared though.
Yeah, I can't watch scary movies.
Oh, I love scary movies.
Mm, I'm not doing that. Don't need to do that to myself. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So what are you reading right now? What are you
I
guys all reading to?
I'm reading Neat by Candy Steiner right now. I'm almost done.
That one. I loved that one. I don't think I liked it. I think it's my least favorite in the series, but I really love the hero in that story. What's his name?
Yes,
Logan?
Logan. Oh my God.
Logan. Yeah.
He's adorable.
Yeah. I like him a lot as a hero, but I
Mhm.
didn't love Mallory. Nicole read The Wives. Luckily, there's no receipt in there, right, Nicole?
What the heck? That's weird.
Looks like Faith wants to read the Miss Marple series by Agatha Christie, which is super mystery. Yeah, and Nicole didn't like Mallory either. I'm glad I'm not alone in that one. I didn't love her.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate her.
I didn't hate her. I just
She's not.
didn't love her.
Yeah, I don't relate to her.
I've had issues with a lot of heroines in books lately, like not liking them. I don't know
Really.
why. Yeah, I've had an issue with like several heroines in books that I read lately. I'm just like, I don't like you. I don't like you either.
Yeah.
But yeah, Neat is good. I think you're really gonna like Manhattan,
Yeah.
especially if you don't mind like the younger age group. Like,
Okay.
I think you'll like it. I'm reading No Vacancy by Stephanie Rose. I don't think a lot of people have probably heard of it. Let me pull up a picture of it. The cover's really pretty. It's like a romance about a girl who is on vacation and she had just a really nasty breakup, and she's staying at this like motel, and she meets this guy who owns a diner across from the motel, and he's really nice, and they have a one night stand together, and she's meant to vacation there for like a week or two, so she doesn't want to like start a relationship with him or anything because she's only going to be there like a week or two, but he's very interested in her. That's kind of what we've got going on. It's really good. I the author like replied to me on Instagram like when I had like mentioned her book, so like she's pretty active on her Instagram, and I always really appreciate that when authors are like active on their social media because it makes you feel very like you matter. I don't know, like they care about you.
Yeah, I feel like Candy Steiner is super active because she always replies.
I don't know how she does that and pump out like 3 to 4 books a year.
I know. And they're good. It's not even like they're like some are good, some are bad. They're all good.
And she's able to travel and she's able to reply to people.
Yeah. How does she do it?
I don't know. Superwoman. And she does cool like exercise. She does pole dancing exercise.
Oh, yeah.
She takes pole dancing like exercise classes.
That's funny.
Yeah, she apparently like lost weight doing it.
Yeah. I wonder what books she's going to come out with this year besides Old Fashioned.
The 5th book in the Palm South University.
Oh, I haven't read any of those. Are they good?
The first one I read and I really enjoyed it, but I want to continue in the series, so I'm going to reread book 1 because it's been like 3 years.
It's like literally college drama, right?
Yeah, it's like Gossip Girl and Greek. I don't know if you've seen those shows.
I've seen Gossip Girl.
Greek is like just Greek life. So it's like mixing Greek life and Gossip Girl.
It could be interesting.
And Nicole said that Rachel Hawk and Diane Chamberlain are pretty active on their socials too. That's nice. Yeah, I like it when authors are really active. And then Nicole's really excited for the 5th book in the Palm South University. So I know she really likes that series a lot. She's actually the reason, like Nicole back in the day, like when I first started watching her channel, or I think it was a couple years after that, she had talked about it, and I had picked up one of her books, and I didn't even have like a Kindle or anything. So I picked up like I ordered a physical book, and it was the original covers, which like were not near as good. And it was before she titled them each their own title. It was just Palm South University book 1. It wasn't titled Rush or anything. Yeah. She's rebranded like all of them.
Huh.
But I remember that's why I picked it up. It's because I saw it on Nicole's channel because she had read it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
like
wonder what else
years ago.
I'm hoping she comes out with another new series, like a duet or something.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm very curious what she's going to do. I wanted to ask her if she was going to make a romance that included a girl who did pole dancing exercise. Because she does it. So I was like, maybe she could have a heroine who does like pole dancing exercise, and that could be sexy. And so it could add a good romance. And I was like, man, I wanted to ask her, and then I like forgot to ask. And I thought that would be a little weird to ask. That's too funny. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's really nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like authors are way more active on Twitter than any social media.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I am not very good at Twitter.
I'm not either, but I mean, I try to at least post on there. And a lot of times they always reply back.
I've noticed that too. They reply back. I also feel like all the drama is on Twitter.
I don't
like every time I go on Twitter, I see like drama stuff being posted. I'm like, oh, like I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so I just don't use Twitter as much as I should.
Yeah.
At least I have one. Yeah, it's not the most like, I don't know. I don't love it as much as like other platforms. I prefer Instagram. Just also, can you private message on Twitter?
Yeah, you can DM.
Okay. Nicole has a Twitter for her classroom. And Colette asked me, how do I get through so many books in such a short time? Colette, a lot of people ask me this question. I do have a video where I talk about like how I read so many books. It's called like, how do I read so many books? My reading process. And I don't watch a lot of TV, and reading on my Kindle definitely helps me read more. And I'm a naturally fast reader. I was like a double major in college, and one of them was literature. And I had to read a lot in a short amount of time, like a lot of novels. I took like several literature classes at once, and each one assigned you like 10 or 15 novels in a span of 10 weeks. So I'd have to read like several of those a week. And so I just got like really fast at reading and knowing keywords to look for. And if you're reading dialogue, you don't need to read she said and then the dialogue, you just read the dialogue, so you're able to pick out like things that aren't really necessary. So that's one way like I help myself read more. And yeah, I just don't like watch a lot of TV. And I think the biggest thing is if you want to get a lot of reading done and you have like a span of time, like say you have an hour to read, like put your phone or your computer somewhere else, because I know for myself, if my phone is plugged in and charging or something, like I read so much more versus if my phone's right next to me, I'm like, oh, let me just like check Instagram really quick. And that takes like 30 seconds. And that adds up. If you do that 10 times, that's 5 minutes that you could have been reading.
It's true. Do you ever get into a reading slump?
I think I just push myself through it. Like, even if I'm feeling slumpy, like if I'm just not liking things, I just try to find something that I'm going to like, or I'll switch genres or something. Like, for instance, I got so burnt out on thrillers for like all of October. I read mostly thrillers. And so the next like couple months, I barely read any, and it just gave me a break and prevented me from being in a slump.
Mm-hmm.
Colette, you said you drive to and from work. You could listen to audiobooks when you're driving. That would help you complete more books. Yeah. And do you like doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on audiobooks. I usually, like the audiobooks I usually listen to are books that I don't want to physically read, because there's like books that I want to physically read because I feel like I get more emotionally involved.
Invested.
Yeah. And so with audiobook, I just pick something that is super random or I've heard maybe very little about.
Yeah. Or are audio only.
Yeah.
Or aren't available on Kindle Unlimited, but they're available for audio or something. Like, yeah, if I could get the free audio and the ebook costs money, I'll just listen to the audio. Yeah. Because if I don't have to buy an expensive ebook, I won't. Do you ever get slumpy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like I get.
When's the last time you got slumpy?
I feel like December, like this month, I feel like the beginning of the month I was super slumpy, but towards the end of the month I've read more books than the beginning for sure.
Maybe it was because the holidays were coming up and you also had a lot of other like preparing to do for the holiday festivities.
Yeah, exactly.
This was a really busy month with Christmas and New Year's and the Kindle Unlimited Weekend Readathon. I don't know if any of you guys are participating in that, but yeah, we had that going on. And so I've just been like busy with everything as well. It's been a busy month. I'm ready for the new year.
Same.
I'm hoping that things kind of like settle down.
And we won't have as many videos that we have to get out.
Yeah, all the end of the year videos, those are a lot of work all around, to film, to edit, to get it up.
Yeah.
They're a lot of work.
I feel like I've been editing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes forever. I don't think a lot of people who don't have YouTube, they don't realize like how long it takes to edit. Yeah. But speaking of January, we should discuss our next book we're reading and kind of our plans. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, we're missing like one of the co-hosts that we usually have with Thriller Talks After Dark. Jackie was one of our co-hosts, but in the new year, we've all decided kind of do our own thing, and she's doing her own like live show on her own channel where she's going to have guest hosts of her own. So we're doing our own thing. We're also going to be having guest hosts, and instead of being thriller talks, it's just going to be book talks, because we want to switch up the genres. We don't want to just read thrillers. We'd love to read, historical thrillers, romance, just like switch it up a little bit and not feel so confined to thrillers. And like I was saying, I'm kind of burnt out on thrillers. And so, yeah, we're going to call it book talks. And each month we're going to have a co-host, but we're still going to have it bounce back and forth between Kendra's channel and my channel. Not on like the co-host channel. It'll just be on one of ours just to make it easy. And we're going to have a co-host every month, and they're going to help us choose a book that we're going to read for that month and the genre and all of that. So did you want to tell them about the first one we'll be reading? Yeah.
Well, the first one, our co-host is going to be Nicole at Girly Girl Bookworm, which she's on right now. And then we're going to be reading
The Flight Girls.
Yeah, this one.
I am so excited to read that book.
Me too.
So I was talking to Jordan about that book, and he knows it's based off of true events, and he knows all about the WASPs. Those women are based off of the WASPs in World War II, and he knows all about it because they flew planes, and you know, he was in the Air Force. So Nicole's like, "Yay, that's me!" I'm like so excited. World War II are my favorite historical fiction novels, and the fact that it's women flying planes, like, I think that's amazing.
I'm so excited.
You should read the synopsis in the flap.
Let me read the whole thing. I was actually reading about the author. She was an NFL cheerleader.
Oh, that's random.
She's been a Navy recruit and medical assistant, NFL cheerleader, and always a storyteller. Interesting. Wide array of... I'll just read like the very top part. It just says, a stunning story about the women Air Force service pilots whose courage during World War II turned ordinary women into extraordinary heroes. So this is set during 1941.
I think that's so cool. I'm really excited for that. I got mine already from the library, so I'm probably going to read it the first half of the month, just because I have it out from the library, and I probably won't have it towards the end of the month, but I'm like super excited to read it, and I'm excited to switch up the live show to do something like not a thriller this time, because we've read so many thrillers. So it'll be nice to switch it up and have Nicole there too. Oh, are there? That's nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Your copy, or did you get it from the library?
Huh?
Did you get yours from the library too, or did you get it?
No, I got this from Half Price Books.
Yeah, it's a pretty copy. So what's funny is that copy and the library copy look very different. They don't do deckled edges at the library copies. So my library copy is a hardcover with no deckled edges.
Oh, I love deckled edges.
Yeah, it's a big paperback too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm like super excited to read that. I have been slacking on historical fiction, so it'll be a nice time. Colette's gonna get it, and Faith, happy early birthday. January is her birthday month.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
And she really liked The Shoemaker's Wife, and it's set in Italy and the USA. Shoemaker's Wife. I haven't heard of that one. I read The Winemaker's Wife this year. Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Really good. Yeah. I think I'm reading a couple historicals this month.
What other ones do you think you're going to read? Is it in your TBR?
It is in my TBR, but it's Things You Cannot Say, Things We Cannot Say.
I love that book.
Yeah. And then also The Golden Hour.
I don't really know much about that one. It's about the Roaring Twenties.
No, it's like set in World War II, but it's like them in Bahamas.
I've probably wouldn't have picked that up otherwise. I'm kind of curious to see what you think about it.
It's long, so.
And Nicole said she also has a historical fiction readathon soon for the MLK weekend. And Chloe is going to read the book, even though she doesn't normally read historical fiction. I have a feeling it's going to be really good, especially because it's based off of true events. I love historical fiction books that are like Lilac Girls that are based off of like real people. Yeah, I love that book too. And so based off of real people and real events, that just always tugs at my heartstrings. Like,
same. Just like the Nightingale.
Oh, yeah. If you like The Nightingale, you are going to love The Things We Cannot Say, because that one is very, very emotional, and it gives you the same like vibes emotional wise, not plot wise. Oh, and Chloe did like Lilac Girls. If you like Lilac Girls, you probably, I don't know about Flight Girls, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, so, I love Lilac Girls.
She didn't like The Nightingale though.
Oh,
that's such a bummer. I love that book. That's okay. Yeah, I know not everyone liked that one. Kristen
Yeah,
Hanna can be kind of hit or miss with her other books.
I liked some of her older books.
Did you read Firefly Lane?
Hmm.
But I didn't love Fly Away, which was the follow-up book to
I
it.
didn't. I haven't read that. I read The Night Road. That one's really good.
Night Road. I own that one.
Yeah, and I've heard The Winter Garden's really good, but
I also own that one, but I also haven't read
I
it.
haven't read that one yet though.
Yeah, I have both of those, and I haven't read it. And then I think I got rid of some other ones by her that I just didn't think I would read.
And I feel like I think it was her. There was one that was like a military one where the woman was
The Great
in the
Alone.
military.
That the
No,
Great.
not
Oh,
the Great One. It's an older one.
older one,
Coming Home, or I don't
something like
remember.
that. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really
It's interesting. She writes some historical fiction. She also writes women's fiction. So she
yeah,
writes two different like genres.
yeah. I wonder what she's gonna come out with next because The Great Alone was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, which I DNF that one. I didn't like it.
Did you? I have it. I just haven't read it because I've heard very mixed things about it.
Yeah, apparently Homefront is one
Home,
that Nicole
yes,
is talking
that,
about. And she doesn't like her books because they all have cheating in them. I never even realized that.
I don't remember.
I don't think the Nightingale did, but probably maybe her women's fiction
It
do.
could. I don't remember though.
It's been a long time since I've read one of her women's fiction. I didn't like The Great Alone though because I didn't think it represented PTSD very well. Like for someone who was in the military,
Yeah.
like they made it seem like people with PTSD are like crazy,
No, that's not
which
true.
didn't really. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I DNF'd it. I didn't like it. Which I
Yeah.
feel like that's like everyone loves that book, but I did not.
Yeah. Speaking
Well,
of like Alaska, I'm super excited for K.A. Tucker's
new
follow
book.
up. Yeah.
I'm really excited for that too. I don't really know like how she's going to do it though, because I feel like it left off on a good
Yeah.
ending point. And
Yeah.
so is she just going to ruin the characters for us, or is she going to make us love them more?
I don't know. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I really want to pre-order the book, but she hasn't put the paperback up for pre-order yet.
She hasn't?
Only the ebook.
Oh. And isn't it comes out in March, right?
Yeah, like the 3rd or something like that.
Which is like when everything is being released is March 3rd.
Chloe said she just bought The Simple Wild and she's scared to read it because the hype is so strong. Well, if you like enemies to lovers, you will love it. And if you like family, emotional family kind of dynamics, I think you would really like it.
I think the hype is 100% worth it.
I agree, but I know some people don't like it just because they don't like enemies to lovers. So if you don't like enemies to lovers, you might not like it.
Yeah, because the hero is a jerk
to the heroine for like a good portion of the book. If you can handle that, then I think you'll really like it. I always just say like that's not my relationship. It is fiction.
Yeah.
And I like enjoy it for what it is. Like fantasy things don't actually happen, but like people enjoy it because it's fiction. They enjoy it.
I literally ugly cried in that book probably for a good 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, that one made me cry a lot too. It's so good.
And you knew what was going to happen too. And it's like, oh.
Yeah. I know. I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to give it away to people. I don't know. Maybe I'll reread it right before like the new one comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I rarely reread books, but one of my goals, I like had this whole goal. So I had a video that came out in 2019 of 5 or 10 books that I wanted to reread in 2019. I reread one of them.
Good job.
Well, only one. I reread Lilac Girls right before the new book came out.
Oh yeah, I know. I still haven't read Lost Roses.
You haven't read that one yet? It's okay. Yeah, it's not that great. Yeah. Well, do we have anything left to discuss? It's been almost an hour. I don't know if anyone has any last comments or anything about anything. I know we're not talking about this anymore, but anyone has any last comments before we head out? We had a good time. It's nice
Yeah.
not having too many people in the chat. That way we can keep up with comments.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
do appreciate that. So it's a nice little cozy group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait. We should wait a couple more seconds because the comments are a little bit delayed. I'm excited for next month. I'm excited for next month's book. Yeah,
I'm so
it'll be
excited
good.
to read this.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited.
I know.
Oh, Colette wants us to show the book again. The next month's book. I think she probably wants to look for it at the library. It already has been like obviously published. It was a 2019 release, so your library probably would have it, Colette.
Yeah.
And Faith says we should read One Last Thing by Molly Harper. I will look into it. That sounds good.
One last thing.
And do we have a date for next month? Is what Chloe said. We do.
Oh, yeah,
It is the, I think it's like the 28th. Let me double check. It's on a Tuesday. It's
And we're
Tuesday
bumping
the
it up an
28th.
hour.
We're bumping it up an hour to be an hour earlier just because it works for us all. So it'll be 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time that is in Kansas for Central, but it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. I think it would be 7 maybe Central.
Maybe. It's either 1 or 2 hours ahead of me. I can't remember. But yeah, it'll be a little bit earlier just because for the East Coasters, like, you know, it's a little bit later to do it at 9. So, and a lot of people are usually home after 5-ish. So,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it'll be 7 p.m. Central.
Okay. So yeah,
Awesome. Well, I think
January 28th.
Yay. I'm excited. And it'll be on a Tuesday, so it's not on a weekend day or anything. So people have plans on the weekend. It'll just be on a Tuesday. Like, I don't know if it matters to you guys, like if it's a weekend or a weekday. So next month, let us know. And we can always like change it, for the month following if you guys don't like a weekday.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think we got all the discussion in. I enjoyed this one. It was good. So I'm glad we read it. I'm glad we discussed it. And I'm glad you guys all read it too. It was awesome. So
yeah.
All right. Well, bye everyone.
Bye.